And welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for Apsona's Feature and Highlights demo webinar. We're excited to have you here. Today's session is all about exploring the latest updates across the Apsona platform. My name is Aaliyah Walker. I'm the marketing coordinator at Apsona, and I'll just kick things off before handing it over to our engineering team for a walkthrough of what's new. Here is a brief overview of Apsona. Apsona has been a trusted solution in the ecosystem for over 13 years, serving organizations of all sizes across more than 10 industries. Apsona is really designed to complement Salesforce's existing functionality, streamline your workflows, and increase your productivity, really enabling users to make data-driven decisions. Here, I'd love to introduce our incredible team joining me today, each playing a key role in shaping the Apsona experience. First, we have Pranav, our product manager, Shweta, our product support engineer, and Yash, our associate product manager. And with that, I'll hand it over to Pranav to take us through.
Thanks, Alia. Let me.
You want to share screen?
I'll share my screen. Yeah. So thank you, Alia, and good morning, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining the call. So today's agenda is going to be, we have selected 4 features based on the feedbacks that has been provided and based on the past webinars that we have had, and based on all the support queries that we have got over past couple of months, we have selected 4 features to show you the live use cases and demo how to use that particular product and features. So we'll be starting off with how to create a grid and how to place that grid in the Visualforce page. The second feature that we have chosen is how to do mass update for any objects. The third feature that we have chosen is how to use the calculated field in single step report and multi-step report. The final feature that we will be showcasing it to you will be in Dedupe, how to do it via small batches. How do you merge the values in smaller batches to avoid the error. So these are all the 4 features that we have chosen for the day. And finally, we'll be closing off the sessions with a Q&A with all the attendees. So without any further ado, we'll be moving on to the first feature, how to create a grid and enable that in the VF page. I'll pass it on to Shweta for the demo. Yeah, over to you, Shweta. These 2 words.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Pranav. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Before starting, let me share my screen. And once it's visible, just give me a heads up. Great. So before starting, the feature which I'm going to explain is a grid. Before starting, let me give that small background. Let's say you are a sales representative at your organization and it's a Monday morning and your manager says that, Shweta, give me the key accounts which you handle and their list of contacts with their email IDs and their payment status and the cases which the contacts has been created from last 2 years and the other opportunities and many more. So basically what we'll do, we'll get into account object and we'll open our specified key account, right? In this case, United Oil and Gas Corporation. So if you look into a Salesforce, I agree we do have contacts, opportunities, and cases. But if there is a more than 5 records, I have to get into each contact level. I have to check whether it's an active email ID or not. And again, with the opportunities, I need to check whether the opportunity has been closed, won, or the minimum status. So it's basically a scattered datas, scattered format. So Apsona saw this limitation in Salesforce. So we have built the wonderful product name grid. This is the grid which I already built in here. So just to give you in a simple words that grid is nothing but your spreadsheet like a workspace where you can edit, delete, do the bulk upload, build your own filters, use the conditional formatting the way you use in your Excel sheet. And the good part is that you can create the grid and you can integrate them to your any of the standard object or custom objects in a Salesforce each record. So here I created contact, opportunity, and cases. Great. And each of them are specifically associated to this specific account, United Oil and Gas. You can see that I have highlighted those contacts with has a email ID, and I can also edit the name, or I can add the new contact by adding add row, or I can play with the filters. I do have a tools where I can export, update all. And also I do have this subtask where child object of this account details I will able to say it here. Let's see how we can create the grid. Comes to Apsona, just to give a note, I am basically a system admin here and I already installed Apsona grid in my org from the App Exchange. So this is either you can go by searching App Launcher, or you can get into a Apsona app, and where you can get again Apsona grid option as object. So let's start with creating the new. I'm clicking on this new and I'm naming it as live demo September month. And I'm selecting the object here, contact, and the fields. Let me start with account, obviously name, first name, last name. Also will take a email, maybe work email, and department. Again, once you selected the object, you can see their parent object also in the available section, and you can shuffle between them. You can rename their labels, and you can just save it. Again, once you save it, you can click on this direct link. You will be redirected to a new tab where the created grid you will able to see it here. And I will go back and I will work on other filters or a feature which we have. Another is the default. We have two filters, default and the additional filter. Default filter is basically segregate that it will basically exclude the datas in your created grid, and additional filter will help you to play with the filters. Instant, I would say grid. Just create department. And I will say equal to marketing. And I will save the filter, and you can also see the drop down here. And the formatting rule is same as how you have in Excel. You can build your own conditions, and you can highlight them. In this case, I will take a work email which is not empty, and I will change cell colors, and I will make it bold and save. And the last option is nothing but, for example, you are giving this grid to your non-admins or other users, and you want to limit the options like mass. You want to enable mass update or delete. You will go for that. 7. Let's see how to enable this created grid or integrate them into our each Apsona account level object. So let's select this, create a grid, go to a tool. We have this top level, we have a create VF page, we have top level page and related list. Top level page is something all the associate record based on your grid setup will be visible. Related list is something which you integrate to your account object. So I'm going with related list, and I'm naming it, and the page name will come. I'm selecting the grid, and look up lookup field is basically depends on the data model which you have, and the related list I'm setting as an account because I'm going to integrate with it. And you can again view the page here. So once you created, take this page name, which is the unique identity for the each grid. So you can go to this record page and go to edit page. In here you will have this Apsona grid component. You can use it. Also add this, copy the selected VF page name and define the height of the grid and just save it and go back to your record page. Easy, it's done. So the specified grid or a created grid you will able to see in each account level. So let's say you don't wanted to integrate with the your record page. So in that case, you can also create them as a tab in your app launch. For that instant, select the grids or go to a VF page and set the top level and just name this again and select the grid. In this case, I will take a case and I will take opportunity and name those two grids again, tab name. Click on the create and the new page or a new grid you will able to see. You can shuffle between the two tabs, and if you don't want it to associate with any of the object, whenever you create this VF page in a Salesforce Visualforce setup, this will has been the link will be created. If you want to make to view in a Apsona app launcher, go to our tabs and go to Visualforce tab. Just select the created Visualforce and label it tab name and just create how you usually create all the tabs. Default on for all the profiles, including all the tabs. The tab will be created. Here you can see uh, tab has been created. If you want to demo, tab has been created. If you want to view in a front end, you can just show to the go to app launcher and search demo. The grid will be visible here. Over to you, Yash.
Right, Shweta. Thank you for the great explanation on grids. I'll just share my screen. Right. So the next topic that we have for today is mass update. So mass update is one of the most user-friendly solution that we have in Apsona, and it would help users to reduce their manual efforts and save on the time doing the repetitive tasks that we have. So for today, we have taken one of the most common use case among the organizations, and it is one of the prominent use case that we have seen in the past instances about the data cleansing. How can we solve data inconsistencies along the columns that we have in the objects and with the mass update functionality that we have? So right now you can see we do have four columns with respect to it, the account name, billing state, billing street, and billing country for that. But the data that we see is not uniform along the records. So we'll start with the mass update functionality. And firstly, we'll try to make the uniformity of the billing country that we have. So right now we do have it in three abbreviations: USA, US, and United States. So what I'll do is I'll select on the records. I'll go to tools. I'll choose the update and check functionality. There, I would choose the billing country that I want to update. After choosing the field, I'll choose on the value that I want to put that for all the records. After I have clicked on update, we can see now we do have consistency in the billing country column that we have. So for the now we look into the second last column about the billing street. Now here if we see, we do have different abbreviations for the street that we have. So we do have street as a full form and we do have ST in some of the data points that we have. So that would create a problem while we are doing any of the filtering on or reporting functionality. So with mass update functionality, we can update all these inconsistencies with few clicks only. Now, again, I'll go to update and check for the same. For this, we'll use the second functionality that is about field and field or expression. So I'll choose on the field that I want to update, that is billing street. After I've chosen that, I'll select the expression that I want to change into. For that, I'll choose the billing street only. So this would give me an automatically JavaScript expression for the same. Next, I'll do is replace functionality, and I want to change street to street st for all the columns that we have. So once I have written this simple JavaScript expression, I'll just click on update. After I have clicked on update, now we see we do have consistency in the billing street as well. Now we are left with two columns, that is about the account name and billing state. So for billing state, we do have short forms for some of the columns, and for some of the columns we do have full names in the countries that we have. Similarly, in the account names, we don't have consistency with the use cases that we have. So the case names are not in the uppercase or the lowercase with respect to all the records. So for that, we can use the mass update functionality cleansing function. So for that, I'll choose the account name first. And for the cleans functionality, there are pre-built functionalities for some of the fields that are there. So for this, I'll choose proper case name. Next, I'll choose is state, billing state. And for that, I'll choose US states for now. Once I've mapped all these fields, I'll click on update. After I have clicked on update, we can see that the fields have been updated. Okay, so the one field is not updated because the spelling of New York was wrong in that scenario. So that would also give us that which of the spellings are wrong into the Salesforce system. For that, we can identify that and use the similar functionality for that. I hope this functionality will be helpful among the users that we have. So this is what we have for the mass update functionality. Over to you, Pranav.
Pranav, you are on mute.
Thanks, Shweta. Sorry. Thanks, Yash, for the beautiful demo. So as a last functionality, I hope the screen is visible. From my side, I have a couple of features to be explained. So first one that I wanted to share about is the calculated field in single step and multi-step report. So this is one of the common use cases that we get from a lot of support cases. So that's where I wanted to quickly walk you through with respect to calculated field. So first is I'll take one single step report and I'll take one multi-step report. I'll explain how my calculated field works in single step reporting and in multi-step reporting. So I've already created a report with accounts with unpaid payments. So that's the use case that I've taken for this particular demo. So on editing. So I've selected the opportunity object. From the opportunity object, I have selected account ID, opportunity amount, account name, close date, opportunity ID, payment amount, stage. So I've chosen all these fields. So, and I also created one calculated field named amount paid. So amount paid is not a direct field that I have it in Salesforce as a field in the opportunity object. But while creating report, let's say if I wanted to calculate amount paid, how do I calculate it is something that I'll be walking you through. So after selecting, first is defining it in plain simple vanilla words. How do we make sure that what is the formula for amount paid? So for amount paid to calculate via opportunity, I'll have to choose the opportunity amount and what is the payment amount. So a simple subtraction between opportunity amount and payment amount will be amount paid. So I'll be selecting opportunity amount first and I'll be choosing. So how do you define the fields, the JavaScript fields is based on the way the column label works uh, on the fields that you have chosen. Let's say if it is opportunity amount 1, for example, in the formula, I should be using the same exact case sensitive to make sure the formula is working correctly. So this is one common use case that we get it in support cases. Create a field when so once the field is created, then you can click on save and run. So while running, you will have the column whichever you have been created, where you will have wherever the differences are there, you'll have difference between opportunity amount 1 and the payment amount. Wherever you have the differences, you'll have the amount paid column to be populated accordingly. So this is how you create it in a single step report. Let's take the multi-step reporting. In case of multi-step reporting, you will have, so you can't add, so after adding, so in this particular case, I have chosen 2 steps. One is from the account object and one is from the opportunity object. And I am create in here, like single step reporting, you will not be able to add it in the same object. You will have to create a new step and in the step get the data from combining 2 earlier, the calculation with formula. So you can add the calculated field. You can select based on whatever the data type that result has to be there. It can be number, it can be string. You can label the field accordingly. So for this particular demo, I have already have a calculated field that I've created. So the format of this particular steps will be, first it starts with the name of the step. So I have the name of the first step is account that I created. Then whatever comes as a column. So if I go to account, the record type. So account.record type is a column name that I've used over here. So this is editable, and whatever you are naming it as column, so the format goes like whatever the objects that you have selected, like the step name dot whatever the column name that you have used. So you can use tertiary operators, you can use simple calculations or if operator. Whatever is supported via JavaScript will be equally supported by Apsona. So with respect to calculated field, you can make sure that the result type is string or number or let's say even if you wanted to have a reference field, you can choose. So it's not like you will not be able to choose it from here. So if you wanted to add a field, you can choose it from any step which is available. So from account, these are all the fields that are available. From the second step, which is most recent opportunity, you'll be able to choose it from here. And a simple operators will be able to fetch you the results. So in this particular case, to run and show you the results. Oh, sorry. I think some error. So you will have the calculated field, whatever. So I have a new field which I have not added. So I'll just take that away. So on running, I'll get all the fields based on the formulas that I have given. Will be populated in the report. So there are the limitations that we have is since this is a browser-based system and the reports are running in the real time, you'll not be able to sort it or filter it based on the calculated field. So that's the limitations that we have for now. So this is with respect to the calculated field in single-step reporting and multi-step reporting. The final feature for the day that we would like to show you is in the Dedupe. Let's say if you're merging, how do you do it in a smaller batches so that you will be avoiding the error of too much SQL. So whoever has used Dedupe in account, contacts, and opportunity, where the number of fields are slightly higher, you might be facing this particular error, too much of SQL operations in SF. So this will be an error that you will be getting directly from Salesforce. So how do you avoid this particular error is, so I have created a Dedupe action. So while merging, let me run. So earlier, if you wanted to do the same thing, use small batches, you can still go to connection settings, and connection settings. You reduce the batch size to 1 to 10, whatever is convenient. So generally, lesser the batch size, better the results that you will be getting. Since this was not very user friendly and there are multiple clear cache that we'll be doing, so every time you clear the cache, the batch size will be automatically resetted to 200. So that's where we came up with a simple user-friendly solution. Whenever after doing the dedupe, if you're doing merge action, we have a small checkbox enabled. You can just click if you wanted to use the smaller batches. You can select the smaller batches and choose the batch how much ever you want it and click on proceed. The merge will be happening. So this is highly recommended when you are deduping and merging, whichever the object which has more than 200 plus columns. So that's it from our side. The floor is open to questions. Yes, we see some questions in the chat. Yeah.
I'm gonna just share this screen, but I'll also just read out some of the questions in the Q&A. Starting from the top, it says, can the grid feature be used with activities, tasks, and events?
So with respect to tasks, we are still figuring it out. With respect to activity, you will be able to use it. Please try it out with activity. And if you're still facing any issues, feel free to reach out to us. I'll be happy to help you set up the first activity-based grid.
Is mass update part of the main Apsona product, or do we need to install something additional?
Mass update is available in the base Apsona product. No additional products is required for mass update. Yeah.
When will the mass updates be rolled out?
We do have mass update. If you're unable to see mass update in your Apsona, again, support at Apsona is the right place, or you can fill the contact us form to support. We'll be happy to assist.
Great. Single step report. How do we hide the extra columns after creating a calculated field? For example, hide opportunity amount and payment amount.
Yeah, this is also one of the key feature requests that we have. I think we already have a request for enhancements in our roadmap tool. I'll be pasting the roadmap tool in our chat. If you feel that feature is not available in your system, please feel free to add it as a request for engineering in this particular roadmap. We'll be happy to look into it and put it in our upcoming sprints.
Okay. Where is the best place to find script instructions for common use cases for calculated fields?
So we don't have any use cases documented, but we'll be happy to explore that opportunity. So we will write a blog soon on most common used calculated field. It depends upon industry. We work with majority of the industries and majority of the clouds. So we don't have any direct use cases, but that's a very good thought. We'll at least try to start with a blog where we can start mentioning use cases, at least based on clouds. Mm,
Thank you.
mm,
Do you want to do some of the questions in the regular chat? That was all for Q&A.
yes, that will be great. I'm so
Starting.
sorry. We are running slightly late of time, but we'll be happy to stay for another 7 minutes to answer all your questions, if it's okay for you.
Okay. So what is the advantage with using grids? Is this a feature in our Apsona accounts?
So this is a feature that is available in Apsona accounts. Like if you are a bundle customer, this comes under default package. Yeah, this is more of an Apsona feature. It's more of Excel merge or spreadsheets inside Apsona, inside Salesforce.
Great. Do you need a special license for grids?
We yeah, we don't need, again, if you're a bundle customer, you don't need a specialized license for grids. But if you're in legacy, if you're under legacy billing, you have to have additional licenses for grids. But please, again, feel free to schedule a call with support. We'll be happy to explore trial with the people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any? So I see.
Yeah.
One question from Sumitra. How do I create a field when report is run? So mm, so you can create a calculated field. So there is an option in single step report, left side of all the fields that is available. So you can click on add calculated field. You will be directly adding a calculated field over there. Sorry, I missed that particular part. Yes, yeah, that will be it.
Okay. I think this is the last question. It says, are nice features, are these available on all tiers?
All these features are available in all the tiers. Yeah, the features that we showed, all the 4 features are available to all the tiers. Yes.
Awesome. I think that's the answer this one. Okay. I think those are all the questions.
Thank you so much, Alia, for hosting us, and thank you so much, Yash and Shweta, for the excellent demo. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Yeah, over to Alia.
Okay. I'll provide the follow-up email and recording, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.